Hi guys, Spink here. This is episode 11 of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. Did a few things off screen here, or without recording them. I went and was fiddling with this orbit on our little communication satellite here, just to get it more geosynchronous, so he wouldn't drift off of where we want him. And it ended up fulfilling that contract that we were seeing that orbit there before, so we did get a little bit of money out of that. Does it show money on this screen? I don't see it. So I did that, and I constructed a little spacecraft here. I don't think I need this little thing, ground-based research scanner. I don't think that actually gains me any science, but we'll see. The whole purpose of this is I'm just going to go launch him and get whatever science that I can get off the launch pad and the runway. So I've already built this guy and got him staged, and I think all I got to do is just launch. Oh, forgot I had to roll out. Okay, launch, and let's actually take Jeb out of there and put our science guy in there, see if we can. I don't think he's skilled enough yet to increase the amount of science we got, but what the heck. So each of the environments, each of the different sections of the oops, it's not what I wanted. The places on your at the Space Center are actually different biomes, and you can get different all the different science from them. So I'm just gonna do the materials bay. Oh, apparently we've already done this here. Yay! Observe the mystery goo. Yeah, we've already done this. Does this do anything? Log soil analysis. Oh, we do get a little bit of science out of that. Okay. So we'll recover this. Now I'm going to do the same thing. Take this, going to build the same sort of thing in the spaceplane hangar, and run it out to the airstrip and do the same thing. But I don't think I need to record that. I mean, that's quite obvious what that's gonna be. So I'll pause the recording and come back after I've completed that. Okay, so I just built basically the same thing in the spaceplane hangar and brought it out here. Since I hadn't put any of those upgrade points from the construction time mod into my spaceplane hangar, it took like 5 days to construct just this little thing here. So we will observe the materials bay, get some science, do our goo things. Science, no science here. Above curb and surface. Oh, so we've already done this. Okay, from that other one. EVA. You don't need your suit, dude. Alright, let's see if we can get an EVA report. Yep, a whole 2.4 points, and we'll do him from the ground. First of all, let's store that. And so I've got 4 hours of life support for this guy. A little bit here. Okay. Grab. Oh, got something more than I can have anyway. Okay. So this is just a little cheapy science that we can pick up in the various different things here, but I'm not going to record me doing all of them because it's probably pretty dull to watch. Okay, but we did pick up an extra 13 science, and we're almost to 500,000 now because I picked up getting that satellite, that first satellite I launched. Once I got it set up into that same orbit as that contract, it fulfilled the contract. I don't know why I thought I couldn't do that. Just not really brain working properly. Let's see. There's a 200,000 one, and it's a fairly low orbit, but it's a bit off, so I'm not entirely sure what the longitude of ascending node and the argument of the periapsis are telling me. But we need to have power and an antenna. Oh, that's around the moon. Yeah, I don't think we're ready to do that just yet. Position a satellite around the moon. Oh, all of these are doing it around the moon. Well, I don't know if I'm going to need to do that eventually, certainly, but right now we're going to look at getting our Kerbal ones done. So here's this one that I've already got. I'll try to do this one. This is one from the mission controller mod itself, so it's got a little more it's a little more detailed than the normal ones. Reach an orbital period. Between that and that, reach orbit and stay. Now, I don't know for sure what my orbit needs to be for that, to tell you the truth, because I don't think this one gives me the little ring showing out on the map so that I can just build that. So I think I'm going to hold off on this guy till I actually know what I'm doing a little better. Anything else we can do? Stack decoupler, reel shoot. Doesn't really get us a great deal. What do we got here? Science from around space. Stability enhancer can pick up a bit. Eccentric orbit. Oh, we looked at that one. Scientific orbital research mission with the orbital research scanner. Don't get hardly any. Well, I get some money out of it. Not a great deal. Maybe we can do the moon. Do a moon orbit. I don't know. I should probably figure these things out before I start recording. Let's go back and check out here. I think I need to start getting my do a second mission for the for our satellites. We're going to build another one of these satellites and put it up in the same orbit, but I think I want to bring it up. Let's see, it's got to be somewhere that can still connect to this guy, so I should probably bring it up to be on either one of these sides if I can do that. Now ideally I think I can get away with just having 3 here. Maybe I'll try to do that and see if I can get him there. So let's go back and do a satellite like we did before. So I don't believe I got any additional parts that are going to help me out. It does not appear to be. I wonder why that guy is. Oh, because I've got to start with something. Duh. Okay. Let's start with our ComSat that we just had before. And I am going to make one. Do I have the parts? My parts list. I would like to put an additional antenna, or not an antenna, but an additional battery on there, but I don't think I can. I don't think I've got any parts that I can take off to make that happen, so we're just going to leave him, I guess. Leave him as is. All right. Oops, that's not the one I want. Okay, so make sure my staging is still proper. This is thrust weight ratio looks good. This is basically going to be a. Now this is interesting. This other one I haven't actually showed this. This simulate vessel. This is part of the construction time mod, and you can set it to whichever orbital body that we've currently been to simulate that. And if we start in orbit, we can actually say what orbit we could start in, and it'll actually run it through just like a normal, just like you're normally doing something, but nothing is permanent. Nothing counts against what you're actually doing, and it actually costs something. Advanced options, UT must be the time. So that might be something to mess with at some point in the future, but right now I think I'm just going to get this guy launched. Let's see, did I already hit launch? No. Okay, so we'll launch this guy, or build him. So he's added to the build list. Now this guy's going to come up at about the same place as the other one did, so I'm going to have to play with the orbits and stuff to get him to, we don't have any tech being researched. Upgrades, we have no upgrade points. Now this lets you actually buy upgrade points for science and funds. I'm not sure if I want to use those yet because that might make things too easy. So I'll just have to see what I see on that. Anyway, let's get this this guy built. Bing. All right, roll him out. Warp to complete. So I need to do basically the same thing as I did with that other satellite, but then I'm going to have to position him in a specific spot on over Kerbal. Okay, let's actually, do I care? First of all, do I care at what time I launch this guy? Oh, that's apparently one of our contracts here. Rokia Incorporated. Let's go back to Rokia. Place a satellite in a specific orbit for 100,000. That looks kind of easier to do. I'm going to grab that. Oh, now we're maxed out at 7, so I'm going to have to actually do some of these. Okay, but first of all, this guy here is our, we were going to see if it mattered when I launched. Where's the sun? The sun is actually over there. So as I'm coming up, I'm not going to have any solar panels. Let's see if I need to, what happens if we speed up time a bit here. There. That should work. I don't even know which direction my satellites are going. I think he must be going this way. Okay, so we can launch this guy now. Get rid of that. It is nighttime, but we can do that. I suppose we can handle a nighttime launch. This is going to be fairly simple. So let's see. Turn on the SAS. Now I was actually used that simulate thing a bit to try to see if I could launch control this an unmanned ship just entirely through this and not touch the regular controls. One thing this doesn't do, it doesn't do staging, and I ended up losing control of this thing and having it flipping end over end again, and I didn't actually do anything, so I'm not sure what I was doing wrong, but I'm not going to mess with it for this one. So let's get our everything set up. Our staging looks good. What's this? Launch a new satellite. Have part orbital research scanner complete. I don't know what that was from because I don't have one of those. Okay, so here we go. That looks pretty good. Now I don't really have any steering with what I've got right now, so I probably would want to have this, maybe I want to have this engine firing at the same time at a low throttle setting, and that would at least give me some steering should this thing start veering one way or the other, because I just have the whatever steering is the inertial stuff from the way up in that pod, and I can't imagine it's going to exert a great deal of force in relation to the size of this thing. That's been gone. I'm not going to touch the controls because when I do that I screw it up. There we go. Now it puts him more straight up and down. Okay. One thing I did is I set up using this alternate resource bar mod. I set this up to have an alarm go off on our battery settings, so we can look at this. At our electric charge, he is going to give a warning when we're at 50% electric, and then an alert when he's at 20%, 25%. So hopefully that will keep me from running him out by not paying attention. That's my hope on that. Oh, cool. We can see the stars at night when we're ascending, but in the daytime we can't. That's pretty neat. How that's part of this distant object enhancement, or possibly planet shine. I'm not sure which one. But this is since I've always been launching in the daytime, I've never seen the stars when we get up this far. So that's kind of cool. Okay, once we're out of orbit or out of the atmosphere, this is the same type of thing as we did last time. We need to oops, let me pull this up while I'm here so that gets all the graphics loaded in and everything, so I don't have to have any delay. Okay, so and I found I can while experimenting with it, I can put in actual meters per second burn here too, so that's something that will help us out when I'm actually trying to position this thing. So I'll show you kind of what I learned when we get to positioning the satellite, what I've learned about using the flight computer here. And the way I see this thing, this is the thing sitting down at your desk in mission control that you're inputting the commands to send up to this thing. You know, it's not a robot that's doing it all itself, doing the thinking for you. Okay, we're up to 40 some. I think we should probably bring the throttle up. Now I'd like to do this part of the mission using this thing too, so I'm going to have to experiment with that and make sure I can do it properly before I try, though. Okay, we are off a bit, but not enough to matter too much. Once we get out of orbit, we're going to pop the fairings and get our antennas functional. What is that? Oh, is that our other satellite, I wonder? No, he's too close. Well, no, 50. I bet that's our other satellite. Or some garbage from one of our previous missions, maybe. Okay, so we're high enough up here. I'm going to pop those. Can hardly see. That's why I should do these during the daytime, is because you guys probably can see even worse than me. Activate that, and activate that, and set it to mission control, I guess, for now. Okay, we got to pop our stage, and we can maybe come out here where we can see. So we have a mission to set that orbit, and I think I can do that. Which direction is, you can see the little dots moving. That shows you which direction the orbit is going to have to go. Okay, so we're doing pretty good, looks like. We're just ascending. Our orbit's coming up nicely. I think that's all the same information that we have up here. It's a little slightly larger text. No, it's the same size text, but it's a little, excuse me, maybe a little easier to read with the background on it. Well, this has got those angles of our orbit, so with all that stuff I should be able to use to do those other orbit missions. How's that? Pretty close, pretty close. Let's go up a little more. Good enough, right there. Okay, so where's the sun? That's the next thing. We want to make sure that we are oriented on the sun well enough anyway. Sun, sun, sunshine. We are out of the atmosphere. Everything should be groovy. Why is this still changing? Oh, I guess we're okay. All right, let's see. Can I point that? What if we point it this way? That's the complete opposite. How about that one? Okay, so that looks like that will get us more or less oriented toward the sun. Like we're still losing power here. Or no, it's actually climbing. So we're using 1.36 power per whatever, second maybe. But we're gaining enough from our solar panels. I think that's what that's telling me. Okay, so now we need to have our node up here again. So we'll put our node right up at the top in 56 minutes. Not quite the top, but all right, we want to have the same orbit as our previous satellite, but we want to put him maybe 90 degrees off, or well, let's try to do this with 3. Let's actually set ourselves the challenge of doing it correctly, or more optimally. Okay. I'm sure you guys just really love watching me sitting here playing with trying to get my orbits just so. Okay. Especially since I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of grabbing controls and fiddling with them until it looks like it's doing what I want it to do. That looks like more or less right, doesn't it? 2868 I think I want. That one's a little high over there. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Maybe I'll quit screwing around with it right there. Okay, so that will give us our orbit. But it will put us too close to this other satellite. We don't want our satellites there. We want them separated by at least 90 degrees. But I think they should be 120 degrees of separation, ideally. So let's just let this thing do its thing and get up here, though. While we're pointing at the sun, keeping an eye down on this, I've got my, let's get this other one open just 'cause. And have it target the active vessel. So we'll have one of them. I think what these all have to end up doing is actually, oh, that's what it should do. This one will target the other satellite. That's how it should work. So we'll have this satellite will target mission control. This new satellite will target this satellite, and we'll put him, you know, either here or here out of direct line of sight. Actually, can we get by with just 2 of these? All right. Let's see how that works. Our power is still looking good. We're moving this forward. Okay. Things are doing all right. Speed up a little bit more here. $20. All right, I'll show you something else that I learned here whilst experimenting with that simulation thing is we can actually put in this burn, 979.5 meters per second. And if you hover over the burn, it'll tell you the different formats that you can put in. Presumably, if you just put in a number, that's going to be seconds, but then we can do minutes and seconds, days, hours, minutes, seconds, but we can also do meters per second. So if we align to the node and burn this amount of, let's put him up to 100% throttle, burn that amount of velocity off us. Let's see what happens here. Let's do that. I suppose I should be out on the map so we can see what it's doing to his orbit. And there's the countdown of what we need here. Plenty of fuel, plenty of power. So it looks like we can get a little more precision by doing the burn this way. Whoop. What is that? Oh, that might have, oh, that is, I know what that is. I know what that is. I'm going to turn that off here. That's coming up from the mission controller mod. And then it shut it off. And then, oh, wow, wasn't that just perfect? All right, let's go into, what do we got here? Oh. Oh, is this actually going to complete one of our other missions? Or at least do part of it? Okay, so we are in a stable orbit here. Right? So we're here, and the original one is there. Let me go out to, all right, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. And I think now I can go back to the Space Center because he's in a stable orbit. And I'm going to pull up this settings and turn off that flight help. I think that's what that thing was showing me over there. But it seems like that one of these things got some completion on it. But I don't know exactly what that was. Anyway, let's get back to here and finish this guy up. It's already 28 minutes, so I should need to quit farting around and get this guy up. Okay, now it stands to reason that since I'm over here already, I should try to get this guy farther over. That would seem to be the way to do that. And the way to do that is to make my orbit wider. Make this orbit wider, and then we're gonna, or even this orbit over here, I guess that would be the way to do it. We'll do a push. So let's say, oh, I gotta select this guy. We should give these guys names so we know what the heck's going on with them. So I can tell them apart. All right. Hello, little fella. We'll rename this vessel to ComSat 1. Okay. And then back to Space Center. Is that where I want to go? All right. ComSat 2 is what this guy's going to be called. Rename vessel ComSat 2. Okay. So, if I want to make this satellite be more this direction, I need to slow his orbit down, and in order to slow his orbit down, I need to make it a larger, or make his orbit larger. So let's put him on prograde, and let's just put in a 100-second burn at, say, 50%. Or let's go much smaller here so that I don't totally screw this up. We'll burn, and then I'll put that to 0. And we're going to bring our orbit out and burn 0%, right? So now we're off, right? Okay, so we're off. Okay, so now our orbit is larger. So if we flip him around one time, let's see what that does with us. So I think we'll see that he will lose ground in relation to the other satellite. And obviously, I'm sure you can oh, see how we got our satellite link going there because this guy lost the line. Oh, what happened? Oh, I thought we lost something. Oh, we probably lost our battery power. Oh, we've got one of our things is running out. Okay, so now that puts him just about 90 degrees, pretty close, right? So we go back to our, we'll put him on a retrograde, right? And actually, let's put a node in here to bring that orbit back down. (28) 78, 28, 73. That's close enough. Close enough, close enough. Okay, so that gives us a 31.2. Let's go 31.2 meters per second at, say, 50%. And we'll aim him at the node. He's already aimed at the node. Let's bring this up just a bit to our node. And we'll do our burn here, right? We should be able to do that. Everything's set, right? Node. Let's aim at node. And we're going to do our burn here. Okay. So now, if I am not mistaken here, we have 2 of our satellites up. So if we get anybody here in the shadow of Kerbal, we're going to be able to use these to sync them up. Okay, so let's make sure we've got him set properly. Whoops, okay. So we've got, this one is idle, so let's set it to active vessel. And this one is set to that other satellite, right? No, mission control. This one needs to be set to no connection to send command to. Oh, did I screw up? I screwed up. Oh, I screwed up. I lost my command link. Oh, bother. See, I screwed up my things here. Okay, so let's switch to this guy. I think we can do this. I think I can do this, right? Shit. I screwed it up. I'm running long here. All right, let's go back to ComSat 1. Now I can't do anything till I get into fly here. Oh, we'll be all right, I think, won't we? Shoot, screwed him up. Okay, active vessel and mission control. Well, let's explicitly right now set this guy to ComSat 2. Okay, now let's see. Can I switch to? We can just switch to this guy from here. Now are we connected? No, we're still not connected. What do I got this guy set at? I hope I didn't brick this guy. He's set to mission control, and that guy's set to active vessel. Okay. but I can't set him to anything. So what we're going to have to... Oh, bother. So we don't have line of sight to there. So I screwed him up is what happened. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get that link back. Okay, well, I've gone long here, so I'm gonna call this episode to a close and see if I can figure out how to get this guy back in command here. So thanks for watching. See you next time.